Hello and welcome to Sox Addicts Podcast, your safe place to find support for your Red Sox addiction, your Red Sox PTSD, your Red Sox joy, your Red Sox pain. We're just here to support one another. I am here with my co-hosts, Christina and Liz. They are the Soxiest fans you could ever find. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Hey,
enjoy the show.
enjoy the show.
I love it.
Like, that's my favorite part. Because we enjoy
the
show.
Okay. Well, I've had technical difficulties, so I apologize. Welcome to Sox Addicts Podcast. We have special guest Jordan Leandre here with us.
Yay.
Hey guys.
Everybody should know. Everybody should know who he is. Everybody
Yes.
knows Fever Pitch. I'm watching it tonight. I'm telling you guys, I am watching it tonight. I've been so depressed over the last games that I'm like,
It's been bad.
It's been bad. It's been more than bad. It's painful.
We shit the pot the last couple of games. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was not good.
It was
It's not good,
Yeah.
yeah. It was just it was a lot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start. We had started, but I wasn't recording, so it's just a bad day for my brain.
It's
so
okay. And that's
Okay.
it's because you haven't taken tequila shots. We were tequila.
I
We can do fine.
know.
We need to drink to function. That's how we work. We're not like normal people. They drink and they're like they can't function. No, we drink and we're good.
So I gotta buy some tequila for this weekend because
Yes.
Blue Jay series.
Yes,
So,
yes,
Yes,
taking
we
shots.
are taking home run shots. Every home
Yep.
run we hit, Red Sox hit shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take two for every single one the Blue Jays hit.
Oh God!
Oh,
no.
God.
Drown the
going there.
sorrows away.
We're not
Drown the
going
sorrows
there.
away.
No,
I'm not even finished watching the game. We're just gonna be like wasted. We're like, okay, that's it.
That happened the other day when was that? We were drinking wine, and then Christina's like, "We're gonna take shots," and there was 2 home runs, but I didn't record one.
But
of
look
them.
at the game we took
Well, I took
shots.
another
We won that game, and we
Yeah,
didn't take shots the other games, and we lost. So we need to shake it up.
Yeah.
Alcohol
Yeah,
is the way to
definitely
go, guys. Alcohol is the way to go. Got it.
Yes.
Good.
Always.
Alcohol is the cure, not the cure, but it definitely is a treatment for your Red Sox PTSD.
Sure makes
Oh
it
my
be
God.
go a little bit better.
It definitely helps you. But let me yeah. If you have to deal with alcoholism, do not pay attention to this. Disclaimer: I am not condoning alcoholism or the abuse of drugs.
It's my help.
I'm not an alcoholic. Alcoholics go to meetings, like they say. You know that dad joke. So yeah. Anyway,
We're
okay,
just
so
drunks.
we're just drunks. We just like to drink. We just like to drink and watch baseball. So okay,
All right.
so we're here with Jordan, and before I realized we weren't recording, he was telling us about how he got the part on Fever Pitch. If you do not know, he was a 4-year-old that sang the national anthem on Fever Pitch. So go ahead and tell us again. So cute.
Yeah, so they I was already supposed to be part of the pregame ceremony singing the anthem. And they kind of just asked me after the fact if I wanted to be, if I was okay with them including the part with me singing in the movie, which was they changed it up a bit. So that day was in August, and they like posed it as opening day in the movie. But so I just turned 4 years old at the time. I think I don't remember what the exact date was, but it was a few weeks after my 4th birthday.
That's
awesome.
Cool. That is
So
really
so you were just because you were part of like the Jimmy Fund or whatever. That's how you were asked to.
Yeah, I was so the people that do the pregame ceremonies for the Red Sox went to the Jimmy Fund, and they were looking for somebody to throw out the first pitch at the game. And I was kind of, when I was in the hospital growing up, I was always like singing and running around and like doing like little talent, like they had little talent shows at Children's Hospital and the Jimmy Fund, and I would always sing in them. And so they were basically like, yeah, I'll do you one better. And I have a kid that could sing the anthem instead of throwing out the first pitch. And so that's how I got to be part of that, as it is. And then they asked me after the fact if we were cool with putting it in the movie. And so still get those royalty checks. It's like $5 every 3 months, but it's $5 I didn't have.
No, you really do get money? Do you really get money?
Yeah, I get a few bucks every 3 months. It's always nice when it's like a $9 check. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, somebody has been watching Fever Pitch.
Big spending.
I'm like, damn, all those movies I bought the last month are really paying off. I'm really right back into my pocket.
So I have a little OCD when it comes to Red Sox things and Red Sox movies. So like, and after 2007, when Champions Again, I found it like at a store and there were like 6 of them, and it was in Texas. So I, like normally you have to order that. It was there. I bought them all. Every time I saw Fever Pitch in a place, I would buy them. So I used to have so I'm responsible for parts of your checks because I've bought so many Fever Pitches. Like
that's true. I also have a cameo in Champions Again.
Oh, do you? Like, I don't remember
that brief when they put me running around the bases in there because it was right. They were talking about John Lester coming back from cancer, and I had written him like a card. I think it was like 6. And they included the video of me running the bases. Subtle flex in a championship movie as well.
Okay, that's awesome.
I don't get royalties for that one though.
Oh my God. So now the big question is, have you sang the national anthem again, or can we hear
throwing out a first pitch? I already know.
I have sung the anthem. I think 8 times in total. I did again in the ALCS in 2004. The weather saved me from singing at the 19-8 game because I was supposed to sing game 3, but it got rained out, and I ended up singing game 5. So that was. God was on my side for that one. It would have been a very terrible experience for me as a 4-year-old having to witness that. But I've sung it, I think, 8 times in total. The last time was in 2012 where I couldn't get away with being cute anymore because I wasn't. At a certain point, you have to actually have musical talent, and I am as tone deaf as it comes. So. To answer your question, I will not be giving you a sample of my rendition of the anthem.
That's funny.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So
that is funny.
What about first pitch? Have you ever done that again?
I did. Surprisingly, they had me come back after the one that ended up on SportsCenter. So that was very impromptu. I was at. So in 2017 obviously was the first pitch where I castrated a camera guy. But in 20
Do y'all know about this? Do y'all know about this? Do y'all know?
Okay.
They don't know.
I gotta watch a clip of it now.
So have you seen the video of the kid that nails the photographer in the Family Jewels on the first pitch at Fenway?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's me.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Great. I love it. So you did come back after that.
Yeah, they had me. So I was at I went to Emerson,
and all the photographers wore cups.
Yeah, probably. I was not privy to that information, but I wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, the year later, I was at my college orientation at Emerson, and I got a text because whoever it was that was initially supposed to do it had something come up last minute, and she Sarah McKenna, who is in charge of all the pregame stuff, was like, "Are you around?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm literally a mile down the street. I'm at school, I'm at orientation," and they invited me to do it then. And I made sure that it ended up in the catcher's mitt. It was not a great pitch, but I lobbed that in there. And Brock Holt was actually my catcher, and he came out, and it's so funny. Like, you think guys that are like professional athletes and celebrities, their memory of little incidents might not be as clean, but Brock Holt came right out to me and was like, "Well, it was better than the last one." So.
You remember that one?
Yeah, that's true. That definitely leaves an imprint.
Yeah,
that's funny. That is funny.
Of all the players, Brock Holt is very down to earth and very cool. Like, he just seems like he's a
oh yeah,
person.
He is. I love Brock Holt.
Yeah.
I loved when they used to have a rain delay and they'd show him singing in the clubhouse, country, like keeping the guys entertained, just singing in there while they were in a rain delay and stuff. And I'm just like cracking up. Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, but good times, good times. I hope to one day sing the national anthem there. That's
that is Melissa's
that is my dream.
That is one of her bucket list items.
One day I will sing it there. I don't know when.
Maybe Jordan can give it, a good word for you.
I keep telling her to get, send it in, do something, because I know she can do it. Yeah.
I mean, I actually had a friend that worked there. They said send it in, but I was like, I don't know.
I think I have Sarah's number. I could try.
Okay.
I could text
her.
her.
She needs to do it. She needs
I'll
to do
send
it.
the audio. I'll send the audio of it. Like maybe not right this second. I'm a little hoarse, but yeah, that's my that's one of my dreams. So I'll have to do that.
That would be so awesome to just be standing there and just sing it right in Fenway. I mean, that's gotta be the best place ever. So just being there as a Red Sox fan.
Oh yeah,
singing your heart out.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll be crying. Like
I would be crying too. We're gonna be crying.
I would be crying. I would be crying.
We're all crying. Everybody's crying.
Yeah, it would be really. Yeah, I'll be crying. No, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. Every time somebody sings it there, I'm like, that should be me.
Yeah, she does.
You're living my dream.
I'm gonna do it. You're doing it. Yeah. Like that's my dream. Like forget it. Once I do that, that's it. I could just stop trying to do anything. That would be the goal. I could die then, just
life is peaked at that point.
Yeah, my life is peaked. Like, what else can you do? Sing. I mean, like your life peaked at 4 years old. Like, I mean, what do you do now?
Damn, that kind of hurts.
That kind of hurts. After 4.
Ouch.
Just kidding.
I mean,
why did I even keep living?
Why are you alive? No, I'm just kidding. But you are. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
How do you feel, Jordan? Like after so many years of doing the movie, like do you? I mean, every time you see, or if you do, some people they're like, I'm sick of watching the movie, or whatever the case is. Like, do you still feel? I guess the feelings of when you were there, or just being part of the movie. Like, what's the impact?
I actually haven't seen the movie in a while. As I think the last time I watched it might have been like a year or so ago. It's tough to kind of put myself back in that position because I was so young and naive and probably didn't really realize that I was in a movie until like I was a little bit older than that. Like it wasn't like the magnitude of it didn't hit me right away, but like it's always wild to like go back and watch it and be like, dang, like that's me. Like
yeah. Well, yeah.
And I mean, it's a great movie for all Red Sox fans around the world to watch, to remember that year. I mean, that is meaningful. So to be part of that, like I would be like, oh my God, that's me. Like I'll be so excited every time I see it. Talk about it.
Yeah,
when
the 4-second cameos got me an IMDb account, so that's pretty legit.
That's awesome.
That's cool. That is cool.
I'm like, I know Jordan Leandre. Do you? Yeah.
Everyone's like, who is that?
No, I remember
when that ass on Twitter. Like,
I remember when you first like on Twitter. I don't know when it was. Like, I guess when you first got a Twitter. Like, how old? Like, when was that? Like, 2015? No, when was that?
I think 2014 was when I got
2014. Okay. So like, I remember like as soon as you got one. So I guess how old would you have been then?
I was 14. I got it on my 14th birthday because I created an account so I could ream the Red Sox for trading John Lester. I literally made it. So
nice. Well, I remember like being like, oh my God, you like I recognized your name like right away. I was like, I messaged you or something. I'm like, are you the Jordan Leandre? Like, are you the
Like, is there another one? Like,
I know. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of the name Leandre before, but did y'all know that when they were making Fever Pitch, like when it was written, it was supposed to be about pretty much the curse never being broken. Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
And so it's being written during that time.
But then the curse happened to break.
So it happened to break. So they had to change the ending of the movie.
Which is amazing.
Also, Surviving Grady was writing his blog in 2004. And so that's how that happened. So it's like all that stuff to me. It's like, that's why they won.
Yeah,
I love why we won the World Series.
Oh
Fever Pitch and Surviving Grady. Just saying that.
And Fever Pitch is how I explain to people, like my husband now, and we've been together for years, but when we first met, how I would explain, like, I am addicted to the Red Sox. And he's like, oh, yeah, I go, no, you don't understand. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to watch this movie And that's what I am. Like that, you're gonna understand. I love you. And like I tell my kids, I love you all too. But my first love was the Red Sox. My first love was always the Red Sox. So, so when you watch that movie and with people who don't get it, they're like, dang, it's intense. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can relate.
And I think I'm worse
because
I'm not gonna sell my seats for love.
Oh hell no, I would have never done that. That's the only part. That's the only part of the movie that would have never happened in real life.
Okay, so
of course she was simping hardcore.
Oh yeah. Well, and my thing is when I like anybody that I dated after that, like I would be like, okay, to date you have to watch this instructional video. Sit down. Like this is this is no video.
Exactly.
Watch this, see how he is. Like this is my life and this is how it is. So if you don't want to deal with that, then move along.
Exactly.
Exactly. So important that when anybody asks you to do anything, ask you out, you have to look at the schedule. Be like, we're playing. For example, yesterday it kind of happened. Somebody asked me out. I was like, I'm not gonna be free till like after 7:30-ish. And they were like, "Oh, are you working?" I'm like, "I have something more important to do." I didn't want to say what about that. I was like, I have something very important.
I gotta watch the game. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, it's very important. So if you don't, we are all the Ben from Fever Pitch. We are like that, and that's just how it goes. And people have to accept it. And it's not, then I just don't know how it's gonna work.
Exactly.
So tell me about Jordan. What you're doing? Like you do something with Beyond the Monster? Is that?
Yeah, I write for Beyond the Monster. I started at the beginning of this year. I kind of write, kind of whenever I can find some time to do that. I write basically a lot of, I wouldn't call them analytical pieces because that's not really what they are, but I kind of lean into stats more than I'd say like the average journalist probably does nowadays because everyone hates analytics, but I am
not everyone. A lot of people do, mostly like older people, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. My brain doesn't work with numbers.
I think some people, it's not that they don't. It's not that they hate them. It's that they don't understand it, so they just
or they don't have time to like look at to get into it. Because a lot of the analytics, I mean, to me it is important. You just got to have a balance. But some people are all analytics. Some people are all So, I mean, to me, I think it's important. It's one of those things that not everybody gets, and I'm one of those that don't exactly always.
No shame.
I certainly don't fully understand a lot of them. There's some that I just ignore because I'm like, don't know what that means. I don't want to.
Not important.
Yeah. So I made that little song earlier, and you were like, "Hey, don't like crap on
Luis Arias." That's my guy. Love Luis.
I was like, I'm not. It just didn't rhyme in the song. I had no way to put him in. So, and I was just being silly. So, tell me what you love about him.
Oddly enough, I liked him back when he was with the Padres. I just like every right-handed hitter that hits a lot of fly balls and pulls the ball a lot. I love basically. He doesn't strike out a ton. He's he walks a decent amount. He can play 3 infield positions at a relatively, at least at worst, he's an average defender at 3 positions, but he's a pretty strong second baseman, pretty strong shortstop, and he fits Fenway Park pretty well. He's not having a good year this year, but the last 2 years he was pretty good for Milwaukee. So I like the trade. They only gave up their 37th ranked prospect for him, so it's like worst case scenario, Arias stinks. And you traded a guy that may never make it to the major leagues. I don't want to trash on Blaylock because he's at least having a really good season this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's always the risk with prospects is you never know if they'll ever make it all the way up. And 37th ranked, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So is there someone on our current team that you can kind of compare him to, or that he's as
It's tough because he's an infielder that does actually field the baseball at a high level. So I would say offensively, he reminds me a good amount. Like he's not the like kind of contact guy that like Justin Turner is, but like the fit with the Green Monster being able to kind of just pull fly balls to left field. He's going to give Wally some night terrors because he's gonna be abusing that Green Monster. I think
good.
so. I think he's a good fit. He's not. I don't know when he'll be with the major league team, if at all, this season, because I think he's in AAA right now. But I like the fit. If not for this year, definitely going forward.
Yeah. What about the trade deadline? What did you see? What did you think was going to happen?
Like with the Red Sox
specifically? Yeah, with us. Yeah.
I mean, it's always tough because Chaim Bloom kind of just, you never know what.
You never know.
Like,
baffling.
As annoying as it kind of can get as a fan, because like you get super impatient. You want to have something to look forward to, and since you hear nothing come out of the Red Sox front office, it's so boring. And like I remember last year, there was like nothing. I mean, all the talks were about like, oh, will they trade Bogarts? Will they trade JD? Will they trade Nate? And then in the span of like 45 minutes, it was Vasquez, Diekman, and then they had gotten Tommy Pham and Reese McGuire, and this like literally all in the span of an hour. And it was like, oh, okay, so that happened. This year, I kind of thought it was going to be something similar to that, where Chaim rattled off like 2 or 3 moves in the span of like an hour and a half. Ultimately, he waited till the last possible second to get Arias, like right at the gun. I thought he was going to go for like a mid-rotation starter, like kind of a fringe back-end mid-rotation guy, and a middle infielder. So he got the middle infielder. It was a guy that I didn't think they would trade for. I was kind of harping on trading for Tommy Edman. Like that was really annoying to people on Twitter because it was like every single day I was like, trade for Tommy Edman. But I didn't think the Red Sox needed to do a lot. They needed to get a starter and a middle infielder. They got the middle infielder, and then I guess it's the 3rd year in a row where Chris Sale is the deadline acquisition for the rotation.
Oh my gosh!
I know. I was disappointed as far as because I was hoping for a pitcher, you know.
Yeah.
And I know today they said that Chris Sale will be back August 11th, but it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like him. He's good when he's healthy, but he gets hurt so often that it's like, you know, when he comes back, what are we going to get? You know, are we going to get Psycho Cell, which we all love, Psycho Cell, you know, and if we do get Psycho Cell, how long are we going to get him for before, you know, if he does get, I mean, I'm praying that we get him and he's amazing and he doesn't get hurt again, but I was just really hoping we would help our rotation out. But I don't know much about Urias as you do. I just saw him in the WBC, and what I saw there, I liked a lot. You know, I didn't know anything of him really much before that. Like I didn't watch him play with the Brewers or, you know, Padres, something like that. But the WBC, and they always did like a little promo with him where he talked about how, you know, growing up in Mexico and all this stuff. And and I love that about him. So I knew who he was from the WBC, and I love the way he played in the WBC. So I was kind of shocked that once the regular season started that he wasn't doing as well, because he did great in he did good in the WBC. So, but I mean, yeah, he's a, you know, like you said, it's a good trade to get. That's fine. I was just hoping I was really hoping we get it, like you said, a middle infielder and a pitcher or something to help with the rotation. But
definitely a pitcher is what I was hoping for.
Definitely pitching, and we did not get that. And I was just about to pull my hair, guys.
And I just can't get.
I did pull my hair.
Yeah. And I just can't get on Blyer. Like he just, every time he comes in, it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
His stats lately were pretty good. Like,
no, I know, because not yesterday.
But he has stuff.
Yeah. Well, not yesterday's game, but the game before that he came in, I was the same. I was like, oh, and then he did good. You know, so I was like, okay, thank you. You did good, you know. But it's always like, I always hold my breath. I'm always like, are we gonna get good? Or are we gonna get, you know? Like, you know, so
many errors yesterday too that we did, and it was just really hard to just. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? Like, who was it? Devers and Chang who kind of bumped into each other.
Yeah, when they collided. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking.
And then after that, yes, I don't know what happened. I don't know what kind of miscommunication happened in there, but that definitely hurt us. And then, you know, once Crawford came out, and then the last picture that they put, Yovera, I just wanted to cringe and pull even more because it's bases loaded. And I was like, get him out of there. Like, I don't want to see him anymore. I'm sick of him. I mean, and I know we're still waiting on Sale. I know we're waiting on Tanner. But again, how good or how long is Sale going to be good for? You know, we talked about this in the beginning, and we also talked about Tanner. Like, how good is he going to be coming back to pitch with that hit in his face? And I don't know if you guys read, but they said that he has a souvenir in his locker about the plate of what they put in his cheek, like to remember, to remind him of what happened. I mean, that's traumatic. If I would see a ball,
some people like that motivates them. Some people that would give them PTSD. So he just must. I think he's that kind of guy. He's the incredible house.
Yeah, and he's supposed to come back.
I'm manifesting that incredible house.
Yeah,
manifesting that.
Because I read today, Sale should be back on the 11th, and Whitlock and Houck should be back on August 15th.
Don't forget that Story was supposed to come back tomorrow.
And then,
what happened there?
Well, and this is going to sound like a really, really dumb question and stuff, but I saw somebody else also put this. But no, because they said Story's not coming back after all Friday.
But it was Story's idea. He said,
but it's not due to any setbacks. He just wants more time in rehab, so he's going to play in rehab on Friday. He's going to play for them tomorrow. I mean, in the minors, whatever. Okay, I get that, but then part of me, this sounds kind of dumb, I know, but part of me is like, what's the difference? If you're playing there, you're playing here, like you're playing, like you're gonna go all out anywhere you're playing, right? You're gonna dive for balls if you're playing shortstop. You're gonna be swinging. You're gonna be running if you get on base. So what's the difference of doing it there than doing it at Fenway? Then I know that kind of might sound dumb, but in my mind, I'm like, well, what's the difference if But maybe because he just, maybe he won't do as many innings. I don't know. But I mean, I know they said it's not due to any setbacks. It's just to give him more time because he wants more time to rehab. So he's going to start.
Why? You're hitting bombs over there.
But my thing is, but my thing is, I understand, like I said, if you can't play, but to me, like, what's the difference playing there or playing in Fenway?
It could be.
Like, you're going to go all out anyways, right? Maybe it's confidence level. I mean, I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's all,
because sometimes I'm like, even how long did I put off this podcast? Not that that's the same as being an athlete, but I literally was like, no, I can't mentally. Like every time I would go to do it, I'd be like, nope. I'd be a guest on them, but I would never do much.
Well, that's what I would think. That it has to do with his mind, like confidence and mental thing, because you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna play. Whether you play there or not, you're going to be going all out. You know what I mean? You're going to be diving for balls. You're going to be swinging the bat. You're going to be running bases. So it's not like you're like completely like not doing anything, that you're resting your body. So I guess you're right. It's got something, he just wants to be mentally prepared and ready. I guess that,
Yeah.
No, but we were mentally ready and prepared for it on Friday. I was mentally prepared for
Girl, I had my Story shirt ready to wear tomorrow and everything. And I was like, Story comes back Friday. I'm wearing my Story. I've got this. And then I was like, well, put that back. I'll wait till whenever he comes back.
I mean, we're playing the Blue Jays. I was like, okay, this is going to be a great series. And then all I hear that he's not coming back. He's coming back for Kansas City. And I'm like, why? You're playing. I mean, you're in rehab, but you're still playing. So it's the same thing as you, Christina. Like, you're still playing. So to me, it sounds a little selfish. Like, we need you. Like, the team is kind of struggling right here. We're on the struggle bus because according to Bloom, we are the underdogs guy. I don't know about you guys, but I did not like that word because I was like, the underdogs. We just sound like we're trash at that point. Like, why would you even call us that?
Oh, no,
but
trash. Just kidding.
But I mean, it made me really upset that Story was not coming back. But okay, I mean, if he wants his couple days, okay, fine. But his ass better show up in Kansas City, and I'm not playing. That'll be it. I'll go up north.
I will say that yesterday.
Or Liz is going after you.
I think yesterday was his first 9-inning game since September. So.
Yeah, he's just trying to get more innings in.
Yeah, so for that reason, I understand. I wonder. So if the plan is for him to come back for Kansas City, that makes sense because it gives him basically probably 2 more games. Because I imagine he'd probably have an off day before coming back. So I mean, maybe playing back-to-back days is something that he hasn't done yet, or 9 innings back-to-back days is something he hasn't done yet. He doesn't want to come back until he knows he can do that. I have no idea because I, like you guys, mentally prepared for it to be tomorrow, and That's not happening. And I'm going to the game on Sunday, and so I won't see him either.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know. Yeah, and
Unless he
I
changes
get
his
it.
mind and decides he's ready to come back on Sunday.
And I get it. And I know part of it is me just being selfish because I was just like mentally prepared to see him. You know, I was like, Story's coming back Friday. I can't wait, you know, back at Fenway. But I mean, I guess, you know, he just needs some more time. So, I mean, I just hope he does well when he does come back. So, I mean,
I would definitely rather him be more safe
ready.
And confident.
Of course. Like I said, it's kind of being a little selfish me, but it was just because I was excited.
We're fans. We want to see good players play.
And
we don't want to see
instant gratification. Like he's ready. Put him out there. Put him out there.
I love me some Justin Turner, but I would prefer to not have a 38-year-old guy playing second base.
Oh, that's great. Like he's gonna hurt himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna hurt himself.
I'm scared.
He
Yeah,
did
that's
hurt
the thing.
himself.
Diving,
Exactly.
But even before he did that injury, like him just diving after, I'm like, no.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We don't need that. He does well. He played well.
I love JT, but I want Story to come back so JT can just do what he needs to do, and we're not risking him getting hurt because that would suck if he got hurt right before Story comes back, and now we're in this, you know, like I want them all. I want to see JT, Story, Devers. You know, I want to see all my guys in the lineup at one time.
Yeah, we don't
need
to be injured.
Yeah, it was something we never saw last year. I mean, like
exactly.
I guess the guys played every day, but like JD was hurt for like 3 months. Bogarts had that collision with Verdugo, and then he wasn't the same after that for about 2 months. So Story got hit on the hand right as they were like finally turning that corner. I think maybe they like started to come back down to earth, but then he broke his hand. So then he was out for basically the rest of the season, except for a couple weeks before he hurt himself again. So it's been a while since we've seen as close to a complete, you know, complete picture of what the roster is supposed to look like.
Exactly.
We haven't really seen it since 2021 because all throughout that last year, Sale wasn't healthy. So this year,
I think that's what it is. And every time,
a game of all of them playing at the same time, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Guys, they're gonna turn this around, and when we make a comeback and we go to the World Series, I'm gonna freaking cry, and I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but I'm just hoping that everybody comes back. And did you guys see when Duvall got hurt on the wrist again when they threw that ball?
Yeah. I was like,
oh, it got hit.
Girl, every time
it looked like it went to his wrist, but it was more like there. I was like, no.
Yeah, he has like that hand guard. Thankfully,
that
was a missile.
Every time one of our guys gets hurt now, you know, anything, I'm just tweeting like, we can never have nothing nice. It's like we finally, and I'm like, damn it, we can never like what?
Hey,
like
PTSD.
But like you said, hopefully, Jordan, you're right, and we'll get to see like our guys, like an actual roster lineup that we've been hoping to see this season, and I'm hoping for that.
Yeah,
that would just be great. That's all we need. That is all we need, guys. And you know what? I mean, although we're like not having the best time, this whole week was just rough. But I do hope that when all the guys come back, I think we're just gonna turn this whole thing around. And people are just gonna eat their words, okay? They're just gonna be like, "Underdogs, what? No, yeah, we're back." So
I've been dying on the hill all season that this team at full health is one of the most complete teams in the American League.
Yeah,
because I mean, with Sale, Paxton, and Bayo as your 1 through 3, like that matches up pretty well with pretty much every team except for maybe Texas now because they have Scherzer, or then maybe Houston because they got Verlander back. But there's like those two rotations, maybe not. I mean, but they have one of the best bullpens in baseball. When Story comes back, they'll have one of the most balanced lineups in baseball, especially since Casas is a freak now.
Oh my god!
Verdugo looks like he's turning a corner.
Yes.
Also looks like he's turning a corner again after that. I mean, he stinks every time they go on the West Coast because time zones and stuff. But but this team is starting to you're starting to see it kind of come together. It just stinks when every time they have one of the most backbreaking losses of the season, they could have gained ground in the standings. Like I think they're entering this series with Toronto 2 back in the wild card because they got smoked today. But if the Red Sox had won, you know, any of these, like I mean, they led in the 6th inning or later, or at least we're tied in the 6th inning or later every single game of this West Coast trip. They win one of those games they lost. We're talking you win the series, you're technically ahead of the Blue Jays in the standings because you'd be 9-1 against them. So
yeah, that's the only thing that's what makes it so sad, because I'm with you, Liz. I'm staying positive. I'm thinking we're gonna turn it around, but in the back of my mind, I'm not gonna lie, there's that little, like, at the end of the season, if we're out by just a couple of games, you're always gonna go back and be like, if we would have just beat, the Reds, if we would have just beat, the teams that we were, the Oakland Athletics, if we would have just beat, they're gonna go back and say we would have just won the games that we should have won, where we were playing the teams that are kind of like sucky. We wouldn't be here, so I'm just hoping that doesn't come back to us, and I'm staying positive. I am, because that's me. I mean, I'm a 162 gal. It ain't over till it's over. I'll be there to the very last. I don't care. Like, I'll even be, there's so many seasons where I'm there, like, okay, if we win and so loses and this team loses, and I'm tracking everything, like, I'm like trying to keep up, but so I'm with you. I think we're gonna pull it out, but you always have that little thing in the back of your mind thinking, God, guys, you could make it a lot easier if you won these games that you should win. Then I could at least have a little bit of breathing room, saying, okay, instead of at the end being like, okay, we need so-and-so to lose, we got to win here. It starts getting like that, and you're like,
I know, because when you're banking on other teams to lose just so that we can make it, I hate that. I hate
that feeling.
Another team to lose.
Yeah.
I just want to be winning. Like, we all just want to be winning. So when we
I want to have enough lead to where I can, like, exactly. Instead of at the, towards the end of the season, you're like, well, we can still make the wild card if so and so loses here and so loses there and so, and they're like, oh, I hate that. Like, I just,
the good news is this year the Red Sox are the first team out right now, so it's not like you have to root for 4 teams to lose for them to gain ground or any sort of significant ground. Like last year,
that is good.
Like last year at the deadline, I think they were only like 2.5 back of the last wild card. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you don't want to wave the white flag on the season. You're so close, but they were chasing like 4 teams that were just to be the first team out last year. This year, the American League's wide open, so them being the first team out right now seems like
we're there.
Spot. Like it feels like I feel better about their chances this year than I did last year. And I was delusional up until they were mathematically eliminated last year. I was like, entering September, I'm like, if they just win like 22 games, they'll sneak in.
Yeah,
I mean, I was like that like a little bit.
From like, oh, you say chat.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh.
You're breaking up, girl.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're kind of frozen, I think. Wait, is she back? Is she back? There, wait, no, almost back. Almost.
No.
She's almost. I don't know.
I really hope my mic sounds better. I'm gonna have to get something. I don't know what's going on. I used a whole different computer this time, thinking it was that. Are you back, Christina? Are you back? Nope.
I can see me and I can see you.
Okay,
all, but
okay, there you are. There you are. Okay, you're there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, better. You were like cutting
no,
in. Like,
I was saying, yeah, that season I was that one from Dumb and Dumber. Like, so you say there's a chance. That was me off.
1 in a million.
Yeah. So we win 22 out of the next 24 games. So you're saying there's a chance. That was me all last season. But this season, I feel a lot better this season than last. Yes.
I actually predicted like 80 wins before the season. So we're doing better than I thought we were going to do this year. Like, I was kind of pessimistic, but a lot of things were going on in my life to make me be more pessimistic too. So
no. Forget about all those things. Just focus on the Red Sox.
I know.
The only thing
Exactly.
They're doing better than even I thought they'd do this year.
They are doing way better than I thought they would.
They are.
And I felt like I was one of the more optimistic fans entering the season with regards to the roster. And I only had them winning, I think, 86 games. And that was after finding out Story was out, and I still had them at 86. And I'm like,
I had them at 83.
Mess around in like 90 to 92. Like, this team's good. It's a good team. It's just they're a good team, but they are so stupid. Like if their talent matched their IQ, they'd either be one of the best teams in the league or the literal worst, because they're like decision making is awful. Their fundamentals are awful. yet they're right there in the playoff picture, which is why I wanted them to be a little bit more aggressive at the deadline, was because I'm like, you need to get guys that like know how to field a baseball. You need to get guys that know not to chuck the ball all over the ballpark. When there's no play to be made, you don't have to throw it. The ball isn't on fire. Like, you don't need to go
Exactly.
chuck the ball across the field.
Yeah. I think that, yeah.
You don't have to steal a base.
I think that's what this season, though. Like I'm like you, Jordan. I feel a lot better about this season than I did last season. But some of the losses this season, it's just because I mean, I hate to lose no matter what, but it's different when you lose just because the other team beat you. I mean, like when you can legit say they just kicked our ass, or they just literally. But when we lose some of these games, it's like, dude, we beat ourselves. Like it's because we're throwing the ball, we're ready, like little leaguers out there. We're doing all this stuff. Like we literally beat ourselves. Like we cost ourselves a game. Like it's different than when you come out and a team just beats you. It sucks, but at least you could say, well, we did our best. Like we did our best. That team they were just better. But when you lose games, and then it's not because the team was better, it's because you sucked or you did stupid errors.
You made one dumb play that drove in 73 runs because
exactly.
You decided to play hot.
Exactly. So then after that, you're like, damn, we beat ourselves. Like we did it to ourselves. Like those are harder to swallow because you're like, our errors cost us that game. It's not the same as when a team just legit beats you. So and
that happens every once in a while over the course of the full season. But when it happens so frequently, like it almost feels like every loss that they have, like it's never like they get punched in the mouth and they just like can't climb out of a hole, or like other than one of the games in Oakland where the A's just pitched their butts off. Like the game that the A's shut them out. I thought the A's just played an unreal game.
See, that's
like that. But then the next day the Sox completely kicked themselves. Kick their own butts, and that seems to be the theme over the course of the season. If they win, like, I mean, this is just pulling a number out of my butt, but if they won like half the games that you just watch them play just little league style baseball, they win half of those, they're like maybe up there where the Rays are right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the crazy thing is we beat the Rays.
Yeah, we would be second or third in our division if it wasn't for some of the losses that we lost with those, little errors, throwing the ball around, and what are you doing? And what do you do? I go, God,
leaving
the base running mistakes. And I swear, I mean, I'll be honest. I know there's so many other teams, and I do watch a lot of other teams when our guys aren't playing, then I'll have, just MLB going on and stuff. But I swear it feels like our team is the team that gets bases loaded and does nothing with it so many times. Many times we've had bases loaded in those games we lost. And I'm like, and nothing. We don't get one run. I'm like, how the hell do you have bases loaded, no outs, and sometimes one out only, but sometimes no outs, and not one. Not even one run. I mean, when it's bases loaded and there's no outs, I'm even yelling, just sack fly this, just hit it far enough where he can tie it up and go. Like, just give me something.
It's tough because I feel like whenever the bases are loaded, it's always like for the bottom of the order. So like Yu Chang comes up, and it's like, I love Yu Chang.
Oh my God,
I love Yu Chang.
But like
the ball could be thrown to second base, and he'll still find a way to swing at it. Like he swings at everything.
Exactly. And it's like not the right person comes up.
Yeah, it's always
Kike would always be the one. And we had Kike. He would always be the one putting it in a play when it was bases loaded. I'm like,
it was Bobby D when he was still playing. Like it was always Bobby D. I was like, poor Bobby D. I love Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Dahlbeck strikeout or Kike Hernandez popping up a fastball down the middle.
Kike is a pop up.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yep. But I mean. But it just feels like we're the team that always like leaves bases loaded the most. Like throughout the whole season, all these games that we played, it's like there's been so many games where we've had bases loaded, and I'm like, this is crazy, guys.
We could have scored one, but we didn't. So, and then here we are in this pickle where we are at right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, tomorrow I'm like, there's no baseball today, but okay, yes, I need to rest because
we need to get mentally prepared. We need to get mentally prepared. We need to rest, and we need to get our liver ready for our tequila shots.
Always ready so I can be screaming. My dog's gonna be running away from my room. My neighbors are gonna be like, "There go this girl again screaming." Jesus Christ, what are they doing to her?
might have to take a day off this weekend, like from watching them, so that way I can preserve my shouting for Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the worst if you're at a game and you cannot, like, have any noise come out of your mouth. That's the worst.
Yeah, big.
Oh,
I'm big on heckling the one guy that's in the lineup when I'm there that doesn't I don't like. Like in this was before Dahlbeck was good in 2021, but I was like heckling the crap out of him at a game.
Bobby D.
Oh, I know.
I was
Bobby.
screaming at him to enjoy Kansas City from the right field bleachers.
This is Bobby D, because that's what he is. He's a teddy
He
bear.
probably is a better hitter.
Yeah. You should see this bear hit. It's amazing.
He only hits home runs during spring training, and obviously
I'm with you, Jordan. I'm not a Bobby D fan either.
I know. I love Bobby D. I can't help it.
Bobby D fooled me. I'm never trusting that man again. He's why I have trust issues to begin with. He fooled everybody. He fooled me. He fooled a lot of other people.
That he just every time
Heim Bloom, because they didn't get a first baseman last year because Bobby was so good in 2021, and then he just was Bobby Dahlbeck again.
And then he strikes out and he just does this.
Bobby
every time he walks up,
He's like,
just shakes his head. I'm like, dude,
don't work.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I can't do this no more.
But I've
too many opportunities. Okay, too many.
I've said send Bobby D to another team, and he will freaking be amazing.
That is honestly more alarming to me than the fact that they only traded for Luis Arias. Why the hell is Bobby Dahlbeck still in the organization?
Why?
I thought if there was one guarantee, if I could put my my life on one thing to happen at the deadline, it'd be that Bobby Dahlbeck wasn't in the Red Sox organization.
But I heard that he just bought a house. Like, he just signed papers on a house.
One more year.
So he's staying around. He's staying around for a little while.
Oh my Lord! Whenever if I see them bringing him back up in the roster, I am going to I will pull my hair. I'll be like you. I'm gonna have to wear a hat all day. I'm gonna have to wear a hat every day because I cannot see him. He will be the one who will be there. Bases loaded, and guess what? Strike out. Oh my God!
That's Bobby D.
No.
Yeah.
We can't have that. We can't have that, guys.
No.
So
there's just some players that are good in the minors and they just can't do it in the majors, though.
I don't know if it's the pressure or if it's just that it's easier. I don't know which one it is, because I don't know if it's like the mental pressure or the actual physical, difficultness of it. I just think it's
the talent disparity. Like in this era, the gap between even AA and AAA is at an all-time high. So it's even higher. It's even larger from AAA to the majors. And we've seen Bobby have success. He's not incapable of going on a run and being one of the more exciting hitters in the lineup. It's just he's not. I just think he needs to go somewhere else. I think it's.
I agree. I think he's in a place for another team. Goes to the Royals. There you go. Go to the Royals. He's gonna go.
He just strikes me as somebody that'll go to the Nationals or you said the Royals, have an unbelievable season, and I'll be like, why did we trade this guy? And then I'll look back and I'll be like, oh yeah, 2022, 2023, and 2024 happened.
Yeah,
that's right. That's why they traded him.
Yeah,
maybe it's the fan. Maybe it's the fan base. I heard
it is. There's a lot of pressure.
When they interviewed Turner and they asked him how was the fan base treating him, and he said something that made me laugh. He said the fans here in Boston know baseball. They will tell you when you're good, but they will tell you when you're not doing good. He said it's so funny because I'm pretty sure they get all that yelling, just like you say. You're out there.
A lot of pressure.
So maybe that's what it is too. Poor Bobby.
It's my fault, Bobby Dahlbeck.
Jordan, you broke Bobby D. You broke Bobby D. You broke him. Great. Now I know who to blame.
No, it's all your fault. Okay, so y'all want to play Who's the Man?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all a clue, the first clue. And if somebody gets it, then I won't go to the next one. But then I'll go to the next one. Everybody should maybe not get it the first one, but by the end, everybody should get this one because it's not too old. It was not like Bill Lee. The last one was Bill Lee, and but somebody on Twitter got it right away. But I'm not going to put it on Twitter. I'm going to let you do it. So I will give you the first clue. Okay. He was described by the New York Times as a cult hero who brings speed, improved defense, and unbridled enthusiasm to the Red Sox. He was fast. He was fast.
We're talking about players now?
No, well, they're just somebody that had something to do with the Red Sox at one time. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Once scored from second base on a wild pitch, which Johnny Pesky called the greatest single play I've ever seen in all my years in baseball.
Jordan knows.
I might. The thing that's throwing me is the unbridled enthusiasm, because I don't remember him being an overly enthusiastic person.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, so you having that reaction tells me that I might be right. Is it Jacoby Ellsbury?
Yes, it is. Jacoby Ellsbury. Yeah, I don't remember him being like, woo! Baseball.
I never remember Ellsbury
showing
an ounce of emotion.
No, but he was very fast. I do remember the first time seeing him run being like, whoa, but he's not Durant, but I mean, he was fast. I think Durant. If him and Durant are in a race, who do you think's going to win?
Well, Durant now, because Jacoby got old.
Well, no, okay.
Jacoby playing golf in Arizona.
Jacoby in his prime.
His prime.
And Durant in his prime.
Man,
that is hard though.
I mean, I'm still gonna go with Durant though, because you blinking.
I just don't remember ever seeing anybody as fast as Durant.
In their prime, I'm gonna go with Jacoby.
I think I'd probably go with Ellsbury too, because the way Durant runs, I'm always afraid he's going to fall
weird.
on his face.
It is very weird.
And also because Jacoby stole home.
That's true.
True. Once Durant, and he stole home on my birthday when Jacoby did that against the Yuckies. It was on my birthday, April 26th. But when Jacoby did that, but that's the only reason I'll say in his prime, because don't get me wrong, Durant is fast, but he still hasn't done that. So
let's say Durant in his prime. And Jacoby in his prime. We don't know when Durant, if he's gonna.
Durant's 24 though, or 23, right? He's freaking young.
Yeah, he's young.
Ellsbury had a 70 steal season, I think. So
in their prime, I'd still go Ellsbury. I really will.
I mean, it's close.
It is close though.
It's like picking. Ellsbury is fast and a smooth runner, while Durant is fast and he's around.
It's weird. Yes, and you would think, but his body shape, you would never ever imagine that he could be that fast. Like it looks like he's going to be like trudging along because there's those heavy muscles everywhere. But yeah. We do.
But my man JT, now that's speed.
Oh, that's Devers. Woo!
I saw tweets early in the season saying that Justin Turner runs like he's in a bad dream, and I've never been able to unsee that.
That's hilarious.
Like when you can't run, you're like,
my husband watches the games with me when he's home, and he watches them when he's out of town because he's just as bad as crazy fan as I am, because I've turned him into that. But like, there's that one game where Justin was running to home. I don't remember what game. And Mike's like, "Run! Why isn't he running?" I said, "He is. That's as fast as he goes." And Mike's like, "Damn!" I'm like, "He's going full speed, baby. That's full speed."
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
what happens when somebody that already isn't fast becomes 38 years old? Like they're even
I'm like,
moves like,
and then he got
still faster than Casas though.
And he scored. JT. And that game we were watching, JT did score, but then he crossed home plate and he was like huffing and puffing. And my husband was like, "Dang, that was his full speed." I said, "That's his full speed, baby." I said, "But he scored." But yes, I said, "Leave my old man JT alone."
Full speed ahead, and that was it. Full speed ahead, and that's
and they re-show it. It looks like he's barely moving, and they're like, "Yeah." But I love JT. I do. I love his demeanor. I love everything about him. He's crazy.
So
he's such a good fit.
Says that we're live. I don't know if we're live on YouTube right now, because normally I don't think it says live at the top. So
usually it says recording.
It says recording, right? But that says live. So hey.
It's not like you were going to change anything, anyways. You were just going to upload it the way it was.
Earlier, when I was doing like my mic test or whatever, it would do that, and I'd be like, because this is a different computer. Like I went and got my other computer, brought it in here, thinking maybe that would help with the audio. I don't know if that's going to help, because we can hear it fine, but when it comes back on the recording, it sounds bad. I don't know. And it used to sound good. I went back and watched like old podcasts I was on, like when I was a guest, and it sounds fine. So I don't know what happened, but who knows?
I thought you hit
But
your head. That's why you.
okay, see now when my head got stuck in the thing, I was like, went to get down, and it was like my head was stuck, and I'm literally I could not have gotten it out because there's all these little weird like things on here. So I'm like, Mia.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
one of her
watch that
bloopers.
too
If you
many times.
laughing at it too.
Wait, I think
It's
did I
bad.
send? Did I send you that video last night? I probably didn't even like.
You put it on Twitter.
No, but I thought maybe I sent it to Jordan, like texted it to him.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yes, you sent me because I think it's on YouTube.
Like my hair
I think
got
you
I
sent
sent
me
you
the link to the
It's her,
YouTube.
Yeah.
it's her blooper.
Because I was just like, because I have to be
so
recording
funny.
to like go back and watch it to see if the sound sounds okay. Because I can't just hear it because in my ears it sounds great, and I know like what audio should sound like. That's kind of like I've been a vocal performer like for a lot of my life, so I know what it should sound like.
Which
So
is
I
why
go
she
to-
needs to sing the anthem at Fenway.
At
So I go to,
Fenway,
I drop something on the ground. I go to pick it up, and these little things catch me, and man, yeah, I was stuck. But I just
man.
thought it was hilarious. I like self
So do we know?
humor.
Not to change subject, but do we know, is JT going to be back tomorrow on the lineup? Is he still going to be out?
Oh
We
my
don't know yet. Because I know they were just taking it day by day. They didn't put him on the IL or
I don't know.
anything, but because it was just his heel, and they hadn't put him on the IL. But have we heard anything? It's like, is he? We haven't. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I haven't read anything.
Yeah. Well, I knew they were taking it day by day,
Yeah.
and so they said hopefully, he wouldn't have to go on the IL. So I'm just hoping that he doesn't.
Yeah. Let me see if anybody said anything about it. Let me go to Twitter. Not X.
The only things I've seen today on Justin Turner are that apparently the Red Sox almost traded him to Miami.
Yes,
I saw
I
that.
did.
I'm just reading that
Are
right
they
now.
were
that.
interested? Yeah, they're crazy.
I
They're
saw that, but
Apparently-
thank goodness that didn't happen.
But we also tried to get Verlander supposedly, so like whatever.
Money that
Huh?
we offer. It was probably some just lowball him, and he was like, "Bye, let me go back to Houston. Let me go back to the Astros."
Yeah, let me see if there's anything about his injury.
No, but
I don't-
apparently
I'm
he got
not
nominated for the
seeing.
Heart and Hustle Award, and
Yes, he
That is-
did.
that
That
is
is
Costas-
amazing.
that
And
is what
Costas
Hustle
got that
Award.
the
Oh my God! And Casas got.
Yeah,
he was
Casas
like
got the
rookie of
award.
the month.
rookie of the month. Yeah.
Oh,
And I think that's
know
like the
that.
first like the Red Sox maybe I don't know how long it had been or ever that a Red Sox had gotten that.
No, because Massa got it once, or maybe he got Rookie of the Week.
No, not
'Cause
for
Massa
month.
got
It
it.
wasn't for the month. The month is
Okay, might have
more
been the
rare.
week then. Might have been the week then, because I know Massa got.
Yeah,
Rookie
it
of
wasn't
the-
for the
might have
month.
been
Pedroia
of the
had
week.
to have at one point, like in 07, he had to have it.
Oh
but
yeah.
I can't think of a Red Sox rookie between the two of
To get
them.
the
Between
month.
that would be good.
Yeah, I
that
think
would have
his
been
was
good
just
enough
the
to do
Rookie
it.
of the Week or
I'm gonna
something.
look it up. Let's see. Red
Maybe
Sox.
Mookie did but I
Mookie.
don't know because Mookie as a rookie was not Mookie Betts when he was.
God.
No, he wasn't as yeah. Tristan Cousins.
Mookie.
Okay, the 10th. Oh wait, guess who got this award in 2021?
Is it Rookie of the Month or are we talking Heart and
Rookie
Hustle?
of the month. No, rookie of the month.
Bobby Dahlbeck
Yes.
Stop it.
for August. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my God.
That makes sense because he had like an 800 slugging
Yeah.
percentage.
He had
for
a
the
one
month.
good hit. Yeah, I mean 1 good month. I mean, yeah.
He hit like 30 home runs in August of 2021. So.
That was before Jordan started
Look.
talking smack to him, and the
Look
lineup,
what happened
so
to my
that's hard.
Mookie bobblehead. It broke. It fell.
God, I love Mookie.
I'm gonna
I
glue it
can't
back
get
to-
over him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
try.
can't get
I'm
over
gonna try.
Mookie.
I'm trying my hardest to find a way to get to the first game of that Dodgers series, so I could be very upset.
Oh, well, I won't wear. If I go to that, I won't wear makeup. If I were to go to that, no makeup because I'll cry when they do the tribute video for sure.
I will cry
Oh.
tears of sadness when it's Mookie's and JD's tribute video,
Oh
and
my!
I will cry
Mhm.
tears of sheer laughter with Kike's and Ryan
TK.
Brazier.
Brazier, what the?
If Brazier
he
gets
said
a tribute video, I might streak. Like
they're gonna do one. They're gonna do one. 2018 was it? Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
he get back. But
unless
but
the tribute video is just him yelling
that's
at
all gonna be him saying
Sanchez.
get back. Yeah, that'll be good. But it just we called it. We said when he leaves here, he's gonna do so great.
And
Like,
Kika's already doing good.
not Kike, but well, Kike maybe. But I'm talking about like Brazier.
Brazier?
Yeah,
We were
Brazier
like,
has a
when he
1
was-
ERA at 18
One-
innings.
Yeah, I'm like, what the- Of course he
Why?
does. Of course he
But
does.
you know, I haven't. I
Why?
mean, I don't like to be one to harp on this, but it freaks me out sometimes that okay, like our pitchers go somewhere else. Okay, like Martin Perez, he went last year. He went to the Rangers, makes the All Star team, does great. Nate, now don't get me wrong, Nasty Nate was good for us, but last season, the beginning, he had given up a lot of home runs by
Yeah.
May, more than he had given up his whole like career the season before, right? So he was struggling last season with us. He really was. Nasty Nate was struggling. He was not himself. You know, he wasn't like as good as he was the season before. That's true. Goes to the Rangers, does amazing. He's already pitched what, like 3 or 4
Kills
complete
it.
games, 2 or 3. I mean, he's great, you know, whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he has 2 complete games.
Other
That leads
pitchers
the
of ours,
baseball.
Brazier goes. So when that, yeah, you know, then Brazier goes off. He does good. I know like Diekman did good a little bit with the White Sox before, you know, whatever. Other pitchers are pitchers. So then that's when I start thinking like, is it just our pitchers or is it our pitching coach? Like,
Is it us?
is it
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
our pitching coach needs
They
to be
push.
a little like, because yeah, I'm not trying to sound ugly, but I'm just like, okay, because they go other places and they do great.
They do well.
But then they're here, you know, they're not as well. So part of me is like, when do we start looking at the pitching coach? When do we start looking in that direction? I'm not saying it's all him, but when do we start going there? You know, because if you're hitting coach, I mean, your hitters are just like horrible, like everybody, then they start looking at the hitting coach. Or, you know, if your team starts sucking, they're going to start looking at the manager. Let's be real, that happens. So to me, it's like every year, one of our pitchers goes somewhere else and they end up doing great over there or doing good. And so then part of me is like, okay, so when do we start looking at the pitching coach? Like, when do we start looking at maybe something has to change in the way that he's getting their mechanics going? Does that make sense? Like, I just start.
It does,
know.
because if they were bad, they would be just as bad in the team that they're going to. But they're not bad.
Yeah.
They are great. Some of these,
And I guess
they're
that-
doing good.
Yeah, and I guess that's just part of me, like being a teacher. If I have 1 or 2 students that always fail in my test, okay, maybe but if my whole class can never pass, then that's a reflection on me. Like, I'm not teaching.
You're not teaching. Yeah.
Right. So that's why I guess I think that way, because that's just like, I mean, you know, you got Martin goes, makes the All-Star team. Nate goes, does great, you know, this and that. And I know, you know, and so I just start wondering, okay, when do we start looking at our pitching coach and saying like, hey, you need to do something. You're not
Let's
getting it
start
done.
looking at it now. Dave Bush, if you ever watched this video, you know, we have a couple questions for you. We want to know.
And I ain't gonna lie, when I'm watching the games and our pitchers are messing up and he walks out there, you know, to the mound, I'm like, what are you gonna go tell him? You don't have, why don't you have him ready to begin with? Like, I'm yelling at him. And my husband's like, I was like, well, I'm just upset because I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. You know, like when did he start looking towards what he's doing? Like, you know, is he not doing his job correct? I don't know.
You're right.
But I mean, like I said, that's.
What do you think, Jordan? What do you think?
I'm very well documented that I do not overly love Dave Bush. I don't.
There
I mean,
we
I think
go.
I
Hey,
I
you want to
think
be on the show every episode? No.
I just there's like certain things where, like you said, he like Brazier goes and he's nasty with the Dodgers. He's throwing a cutter now, which he did not throw with the Red Sox. Which is a big reason why, is what he was working on in the month he was with the Dodgers before he got called up. So like that could be part of it. I don't know. I haven't really looked much into it outside of the fact he has a literal 1 ERA, which pisses me off.
Like
Exactly.
one, like it was more than that. Like so, like it's just one. Like
It's 1.00. It was 7.29 with the Red Sox.
Oh my God.
oh my
So, yeah.
god.
After I when Brazier got cut, or like a couple weeks ago, somebody was for some reason going crazy about how the Brazier should not have been released, and I'm like, after
No.
20, his last like 100.
No, he had to be. Yeah.
Yeah, after his last 120 appearances with the Red Sox, his ERA was over 5. Like, I am somebody when it comes to relievers that looks more at underlying metrics, because I think relievers get kind of a bad rap when they have a high ERA, because you know you have one bad outing, it'll take you 2 months to fix it, basically. So, but at some point when you've had 130-ish outings of being awful, maybe it's a you problem. Like maybe you just suck.
Yeah.
But apparently he just needed to throw a cutter.
Hey,
They're
I
legit.
am telling you, it is. Some of these guys just leave and then they do so well on another team. It's just
God, don't.
Exactly.
something.
And that's when I start saying like, okay, when are we going to start looking, because they just start doing great. And so, and like you said, he's learning a new pitch, but like, so that's
Mhm.
when I just start saying, okay, when are we going to start looking at the pitching coach and
Yeah.
see like maybe he needs to do something a little different or he needs to go and we need to get a better pitching coach.
I'm in an
Yeah.
MLB. I'm like in an MLB group chat on Twitter, and the second Brazier got cut, I messaged in there because there's a couple Dodgers fans there, and I'm like, he is going to be a Dodger, and he's going to be great, and I'm
Yes.
going to hate being alive.
Yes.
because of it.
Yes.
We're-
thought, Christina thought he was going to go to the Rays. We're like, oh, I bet you he's going to go to the Rays, and then he's going to do so good.
Great
on the
for
Rays.
the Rays, yeah.
That's what we thought was going to happen, but he went to the Dodgers, so we were wrong.
Yeah,
there.
thankfully he's out of the American League. If I had to deal with,
Yeah.
but the problem is, so since the Dodgers are coming to Fenway, I'm gonna have to watch Ryan Brazier get 2 saves in a 3-game series.
Oh
No.
my
It's
God.
going to send
No.
me into
No.
a psychiatric ward.
let's manifest like miracles. Let's just manifest them. I don't
Oh my
necessarily.
God, no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, look
I'm
at
not ready
Wally
for
in the
that.
background.
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, I gotta put my little.
Oh, look at
here.
that! So cute.
So cute.
So
I paid so
cute.
much money. I paid so much.
Oh,
I bought
yeah.
it right at Fenway
Oh,
Park.
did you
know
get it
how
at
is.
Fenway? Oh, no, I bought
Sure
2 of those
did.
at Fenway, and when I got Mookie, my dog, he ate both of them.
Oh my God. No.
That's
funny.
So I hope that's not like foreshadowing or something. Like, it's gonna
Who is
happen.
going to be the dog that eats Mookie Betts when he comes to Fenway Park? Who is it going to be?
Or is Mookie gonna eat
guys.
Wally? Like, just say like what's gonna happen. But well, it has been
All right, guys.
about an hour. We better like wrap it up. She has something she has to do. But anybody have any closing thoughts or predictions for this next series? I don't predict because last time I said
I
we
don't
were gonna
predict because I don't want to get it. Just
And
stay
we got
humble and
swept.
hope.
Yeah.
No,
My
no
only closing thought
prediction.
is Story better be ready because I just miss him.
Yes.
Please come back, Story. No, but I want him to be better safe than sorry. Yes, I don't want to be a selfish person, but I am excited to see him back in the lineup.
Jordan, you got anything to say?
Hopefully the third baseman and shortstop don't run into each other again.
Oh yeah, that would be horrible.
That would be
That
great.
was a tragedy. Hey, quick story. One time I was at the rodeo in Houston, and they're the girls, and they do this thing on the horses where they go in and out. It's like some kind of like show. I don't know.
I like where this is going.
Okay, so my sister
Rodeo.
goes. My sister says, "What happens if they collide?" She didn't finish saying collide before 2 horses are boom, and the girls just fall off. The
Oh
like
my
people had to come
Oh
out.
my God.
So when that happened the other night, I thought of that.
That's what you thought of.
Yes, I thought of that. So yeah,
We're like
that
the
was pretty
horses.
crazy.
The horses.
Exactly. So
I mean, just
that was-
positive vibes tomorrow.
Positive
guys.
vibes. Get your
Let's
tequila.
fucking go. Let's fucking
Tequila.
go. We have to let's just get all hyped up and
oh yeah, go buy
All
some
right.
merch. Buy some merch. Got my
SocksAddicts.com.
I got mine. Touch him all you want, but don't touch his wrist, guys. Please, just
Yeah,
lay
yeah.
off. Lay off.
Yeah.
SocksAddicts.com.
SocksAddicts.com and subscribe, like, share this video if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Jordan, for being here. Sorry that it was a
Thank
weird
you.
episode because
No, it was good.
today was just a weird day, but you know.
Hey.
Fever pitch is gonna be
Fever
playing on my
pitch.
Yeah,
Twitter.
but-
I'm
We're all
playing it
gonna
right
watch
now.
it.
Watch
We're
it.
all watching Fever Pitch tonight.
They're all watching Fever Pitch. I actually rebought it because I don't even have a DVD player anymore. So the other day I wanted to watch it so bad, and so I bought it again, like on Amazon Prime.
Yep, I bought it too. Amazon Prime is right there. Just watch it all the time. I'm like, okay, replay.
I know.
there.
I've only bought a few, and that's the 1960s Romeo and Juliet, Pride and Prejudice, and Fever Pitch. I mean, they
Awesome.
all go hand in
That is the
hand.
trifecta,
A
right?
tragedy, you know, like Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, you know.
So
All
Jordan,
right.
we will be watching so you can get your monthly check or your 3
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we need to
yes.
keep watching.
It might-
Everybody go watch.
We're
So
going.
you can get
going
half
for
a beer at
$6.
Fenway on Sunday.
We're going for $6 in
$6,
September.
guys.
So you can buy me like
You can buy half a beer at Fenway Park on Sunday. There you go, buddy.
40 ounce of malt liquor at the.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's
That's
so
what you can
funny.
buy me.
All right, guys.
Well, y'all have a great night and go Sox.
Go Sox.
Uh,
Okay.